Hazel.
Hi. Hi, nice to meet you guys. You can have a seat if you like. Hoi. Oh, I might close that door for us, hey?
Okay.
You know, I value privacy, and I want to make sure that this is all kept confidential, okay? You will notice, actually, though, I will mention, there is a camera that I use to record our sessions. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just really useful for me. If we have multiple sessions, I can refer back to it and I can look for details that might help you more. No one sees it but me.
Well,
Okay.
as long as it's private.
Yeah, as long as it's private.
Okay. So I might tell you a little bit about myself first, since this is our first session. So my name is Dr. Ford. You can call me Charlie though, I don't mind. I've been practicing for about 7 years. So I'm from Australia originally. I developed a specialty in difficult cases with family disputes. And so I have moved here and now work in the States. I myself came from a bit of a broken family. I understand that you both are from divorced families. So your step-brother, step-sister, correct? Yeah. So I have been exactly where you've been before. So anything that you say, I've probably experienced. So I want to make sure that you feel like you can be very open and honest with me. Because if anyone will understand, it'll be me. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Cool. Now, I understand that you've both been seeing separate therapists and they've been having difficulty getting to the root of this problem. So I spoke to your parents before you came in, and I think there's been a bit of bickering at home. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay to admit. You know, it's hard, you know, in new families, like learning to live with each other. Have you guys been finding it a bit difficult?
You could say that.
He
Okay.
thinks it's bickering. I think I'm just helping, you know.
Okay. All right. We'll dive into that in a little bit, but first, I just want to get to know you, because I've only got therapy notes, really. I don't really know about you two. So, Nick, why don't we start with you? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. Go to high school. I'm just a normal teenager.
What grade are you in?
12.
Cool.
It's like my biggest passion.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. When you're older, or are you thinking about something else?
I was thinking more like professional snowboarding.
Okay.
That's possible.
Okay. Do you get to do that very often at the moment?
Not as often as I would like, because
Okay.
it doesn't snow all year round. But
Okay. And what do you do? Because, you know, snowboarding's only occasional, so, like, you have to wait until it's winter. So what do you like to do in your spare time?
well, I'm on the basketball team also.
Okay. All right. So you kind of chop and change between them.
Yeah.
Okay. And how about you, Hazel? Can you tell me a bit about yourself?
I go to school. I get good grades.
Okay. What do you plan to do when you finish up?
I'm looking at, you know, going for a biology major in college.
Okay.
Not sure what I'll do with that yet, though.
Okay. Are you thinking marine biology or plants or?
Maybe kinesiology, something like that.
Interesting. That's very hands-on.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Good to know. And how are you both feeling about the fact that you're all living together now?
Honestly,
In what way?
she always thinks she's helping me, but really I don't know. I think she oversteps her bounds too much.
Okay, interesting. So overstepping boundaries. I've heard a little bit about this, but what's been happening in your words, I guess? I want to hear how you describe what's been happening.
She won't admit it, but my ex-girlfriend, somebody slashed her tires the other night, and I know it was her. I know you did it, Hazel.
Why do you think it was her?
Because it couldn't have been anyone else. She came over, middle of the night, nobody else was, what, was her parents?
Okay.
And then right before she left, all her tires were slashed.
Interesting. Hazel, do you have any comments on that?
I mean, he doesn't have the best taste in women, and things like that happen when you are with not the best people.
So you feel like it was appropriate to hurt Nick's ex?
Well, I won't say it was me, but
I mean, I'm not going to.
it's-
There's no one that you will get in trouble with here. You can be honest.
She just wasn't good enough.
And what about my ex before that?
None of them were. I've made that very clear. You just choose to ignore me.
What is it about Nick's choices and girlfriends that you don't like?
I don't know. I just feel like they're not ambitious enough.
Okay.
They're not. I don't know. I feel like they don't do enough for him.
Okay.
They're nobodies. They're losers.
Interesting. Okay. I think your parents mentioned that there was an issue with the bathroom. Does someone want to fill me in on what happened? I didn't hear the details, but they said that we needed to talk about the bathroom incident.
Well, I was taking a shower, and I kept noticing the door kind of like creaking open,
Okay.
and I'm pretty sure somebody was sneaking a look in there.
Okay. I mean, you don't think you could have just accidentally forgotten to close it?
No, I always close the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Somebody definitely opened it.
Okay. And your parents did mention that they had caught you looking through the door.
I knew it was you.
So, and this is not, I'm not wanting to make you feel uncomfortable. Is it that you have a fascination with boys in general, or were you just curious, or what was the reason for, because it was a bit of an invasion of privacy.
I just wanted to see if he was done yet. I need to use the bathroom sometimes too.
Could
Yeah.
have knocked.
Yeah, here's the thing. At your age, for both, I'm sure that you can probably agree that, it's really difficult to manage, like, your emotions. You're probably really curious about each other because you've just moved in together and, you're very similar ages. It's okay to admit if you just were curious about Nick, like, these things happen. Not sure. You're not willing to admit yet. That's okay. We can circle back around if you feel uncomfortable, because I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. And I want to make sure, this isn't all about Hazel. I have heard about issues with you as well, Nick. Why? I've heard that from your parents that you've been dating multiple girls and they've all been getting really upset with each other.
Yeah, well, she's starting false rumors about me. Hazel keeps sabotaging my relationships.
Yeah, but I think that's not taking ownership of all of the issue. Because when you choose to date multiple people at once and you don't tell them that, you're doing that, of course people are going to get upset. So I would call that self-sabotage, actually. So I think there is an element where you're affecting your own relationships.
But I only do that because I know I have to keep some, I have to have backup plans. Otherwise, if I only have one girlfriend, what am I going to do?
But I'm just going to sit between you two. Here's the thing, though. You could have a conversation with her, correct?
Correct.
You could have had a conversation with her. But you're choosing to see more than one person. So are you really wanting to be with all of these women? Or are you not wanting to be with any of them at all?
I want to be with all of them.
All of them. What would you think, Hazel, about that? Do you think that it's self-sabotage?
I think it's pointless to make him stop, make him realize what he's doing.